Welcome back to Landslide podcast, Digital News Insights. Looking at how the things play out, people's mindset, and how they want the things to be. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Abo, you're welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
Nice Calabar.
Very wonderful.
All right, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Datti Baba-Ahmed said, nobody can stop me except two persons. He said, Obi, and he refused to mention the other person. But this is it. This is the little twist and turn. I'm going to say what Ninadi said because I'm going to fuse the two of them together.
Okay.
Ninadi said, Baba-Ahmed's support for Abure won't change Supreme Court ruling on Labour Party. So we're going to discuss Baba-Ahmed on presidency, his shot on presidency, and Ninadi too, relating to Baba-Ahmed, is it frenzy or friendship with the Abure-led Labour Party executive. Now, first of all, that of Baba-Ahmed. Baba-Ahmed said, I took a shot at the presidency in 2017 or so.
2019.
Was it 2019? Yeah, 2019. Yeah. And he said 8 of us couldn't make it. He said, now, except my former boss, who I'm still loyal to, said, I'm going there, I'm contesting, which he said, I think he's contesting, or one other Southerner. I mean, what a bold step.
Well, basically, if you watch, first and foremost, watch his body language, watch his attentions, you will see that this is a man that is now fed up of how the political scenario is being played. First and foremost, he does not understand where his previous boss might be placed. So the first thing is, if he is displaced, what becomes of me? You know, this is politics. Yeah. The first thing in politics is interest. What is his interest as an individual? What is the common interest as a group when he was working with his previous boss? Yeah. And these things are playing out. If you observe his speech, verbatim to verbatim, you will see that he is sending a message. This message is a strong message to those trying to gag his previous boss. That no matter how you want to do it, except he is not running. If he is not running, I will be on the race. So in any which way, expect me or my previous boss or some other person.
Now,
some other person becomes the third clause.
Yeah.
He has mentioned the first clause, I am running. The second clause, if my previous boss is running, I will not. Then the third clause is, and some other person which I will withhold the name for now. These are the three subjects of his body language. So he has defined all his interests.
Okay, all right, Philip. One thing I took out from the whole scenario is that the two people he mentioned or he talked about are from the South. Apart from these two people from the South, he said, I'll be on the ballot. And he said, it's like he's been preparing for leadership for a while. And he looks to be hands-on in his leadership profile. You know, you first of all look at, did House of Rep 2003 to 2007, then did a senatorial seat. He was displaced after a court sittings,
yes.
Displaced by McCarthy. Then he took a shot at the presidency, direct. No gambling, no monkey, nothing. Then he came under a vice presidential ticket. Don't forget, his wife is the daughter of the late Maitama Sule. So he's been on this stuff. He's a Zaria boy. And his brother also is in the political arena. I mean, he's really handsome.
Yes, you see, when you look at the speech of Baba-Ahmed Datti, it is clear. The speech is directed to one particular group of persons, those who are forming the coalition, those who are using his boss Peter Obi, face and RFI to form coalition, whereas they are the ones who are interested in running for presidency.
Yes.
So he is saying, if by chance or any reason you gag Peter Obi out of the presidency ticket, and you didn't give it to one other person in the South, it was very clear, then I'll have to be in the race. What he's saying is what every one of us is saying. If we cannot give the ticket to the government to those who will bring in a change, a good governance, so be it. May Tinubu continue his governance or bad governance till 2031. That is the summary of what he's saying. Because what he said that I will run and then I will share the vote of the North with you. So you see, if you look at his speech, he said, if Peter B is not on the ballot box, I will run. The only reason why I will not run is one other person whose name I will keep in my breast pocket is on the ballot. Then I will queue behind those who will support that person. Other than that, if the tickets, what he's saying invariably that if the tickets go to the North, so it's not different from what RFI has always advocated, that is the turn of the South, and the South to do their
8
turn.
years.
So anybody from the North trying to truncate this arrangement, these two persons, interestingly, they are both from Kaduna State, and they are elites, and they have track records. They are saying, look, what is fair is fair. Don't, because you think you can be at advantage, then you want to gag other people. It's not done that way. Provided the person from the South will agree to the term that, look, you are coming for unspent tenure of the South. Then when you spend it, it comes to the North. So Baba-Ahmed is putting people on their check. That look, what you are planning to do, we already see the end from the beginning. It's either you retrace your step or your end will be doomed, because we will be there to truncate it for you. If you watch what he's saying, he's not saying that he must be president, but he said, I will run. What it means that I will run against you.
So indirectly he's talking to Atiku.
Of course, he's talking to any Northerner who wants to truncate the turn of the South.
Okay, now this is quite interesting.
Yes.
Because now the vote in the North, because the North feels that with a little help from the South, the region can take the presidency.
Yes.
Now, if we have somebody from the North, from the North West, which is key to votes, right?
Yes.
Kaduna,
Kano,
Kano, Jigawa, Katsina, Sokoto, Kebbi, all those places. That means he's going to split the vote. So if the other two people that he's talking about don't run, he's going to have the place. Do you think it is doable that?
Well, basically, it is more than doable. Why he said those things is, when you see a man that is running with a vision, that understands another man's vision, it becomes a common interest. And he has placed a card on the table to see the common interests of Nigerians. What do Nigerians want? That's one aspect of it. Number two, what do they really need? Does their want and their need marry? At the end of the day, he has seen that what we want and what we need marries. Now he is willing. He is no more selfish. He is not selfish. Now he's now sending a message to those that are selfish, that want to fight the Nigerian want and need. That if out of selfishness you want to gag this person, and if out of selfishness the other person you played, the other unnamed person not to come out, I will come out. Then let all of us play it selfishly. At that point, it is a message to some selfish individuals from a region who feels that they can divide the interests of Nigerians in regions. But this is a man that is looking at the common interests of Nigeria. Let's all play a fair game. It is zoned to the south.
Let the South finish their 8 years.
8 years. Anyhow they want it. But we have, outside being that it is zoned to the south and them finishing their 8 years, we have quality people who
from the south.
Yes, who have given their words that we will do 4 years of one term and make sure that there is continuity of unity in Nigeria.
This country. Now, let's take a shift a little and go to Nenadi, Abure, and Datti. Datti went to the Abure-led NEC meeting and said, I recognize these two factions. And I also recognize who INEC recognizes. Am I correct?
Yes.
He said, but I'll bring everybody to the table. That's his principal comment
yes.
rule. Now, but the Nadi said that there's a Supreme Court judgment. I don't think we are far from that Supreme Court judgment. Supreme Court judgment says, party go and use party constitution. And party constitution said, next meeting is sacrosanct. And the one INEC recognizes, why is the Nadi having it very difficult to recognize that this is what it means?
You see, it doesn't. You see, what you've just said is what he has repeated, and we have all been saying. You know, in every organization, in a society, you must have people that have selfish interests, very selfish interests. You know, if you read the words of Nanadi deeply, you can see the self in her statement. But if Ahmed Datti, the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party to Peter Obi, the people who are in the helm of the obedient movement, he said that, look, enough is enough. It is time to put our hearts together. I recognize that you existed, but we must follow the law. As it is today, the law recognizes Abure's, led, chairmanship.
Whether it's tricky,
or whatever it is, whether court recognized or not. So what I will do as a leader, as an elder in the house, is to bring everyone together and reconcile so that we can have a one formidable house. So when Anadi said it will change Supreme Court, what is the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court is talking, it's our own interpretation. It is not the interpretation of Aburi. So what Ahmed Datti is trying to do is to bring both interpretations together so that they can have one united interpretation. I think sincerely, my respected Senator, Esther Nanadi, should think in the direction where Ahmed Datti is thinking, so that the Labour Party could have a more united house.
The same thing I want from you. Why is it difficult for Ninadi to come to the true realization? Ninadi, I think she loves this country. She has been, I think, a commissioner. She has been a minister. She has been a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Why is it difficult for her to take a part? You see, most of the time, a lot of the obedient followers don't look at the way things are. The law is different from morality. The law is different from your feelings. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
We don't stand for Abure. Abure can be tricky. Abure could have sold out, but there's a legal way of removing Abure. Why is it difficult for them?
No, the thing is, there's always, in politics, there's always a script. Now, the script comes from either an individual perspective, a group perspective, or an estranged element.
Yeah.
Now, it can come as an individual within the same context of organization,
yes,
a group in that organization, or an external element. Now, if you look critically in all of this display, you will know that the Labour Party consent is facing a three-dimensional dance. One, the Nenani's dance.
Okay.
Let me use the word Nenani and group.
Okay.
Dance. Aburo.
Oti is in that dance.
That's why I said Nenani and group.
Okay.
Dance. Abure and team. Dance. Then the external
factors,
agencies
that want to make sure that they are part.
Yes, agencies. So that at the end of the day, all is targeted at who? One individual. Obi. So the dance is clear. Now, the dance can come in two ways. It can be positive, it can be negative. Positive in the sense that nobody knows if Nenani's dance is to suit the one person that the agencies is after. Nobody knows if Abure's dance is to suit the one person that the agency is after. The twist, nobody knows if the both of them too are dancing for the agency. So now, in all of this, you will see that there's a lot of internal dance that is yet to unfold to Nigerians and to the true members of Labour Party. Now, it comes to the period where, that's why I keep shouting, I said, why do they have state chairmen? Why do they have state executive committee? Because the State Executive Committee, by this time, in the court of law, lawyers will tell you, judges will tell you, there is no excuse for what? Ignorance. You cannot say, I don't know. This is the period where they are supposed to sit down, look at the Supreme Court judgment, call other judges to help them. Their problem now is interpretation. Everybody is interpreting their own concept in the way it favors them. So if at a senior stakeholder, by virtue of the fact that he was the vice presidential candidate of a party, he is now a senior stakeholder of that party. And I feel that he would have sat down with some persons and bring in a good team of lawyers who will sit down, analyze the judgment, and make the judgment.
But he said he's going to do that.
He's going to do that. At what point?
Okay, let me bring it to point. There is the person or people or let me put it as person that is feeling the Nenadi faction, and that's Dr. Oti. Who do you think he's playing to?
Well,
in play terms,
for me, I don't think it's only Dr. Oti.
He's the principal actor.
He is the face of a drama.
Yes.
Does not mean he is the drama.
No, I'm not talking. Hold on. I'm not talking those that are not within the Labour Party.
Yes.
I'm talking about those he may be working for.
Now let me come in. I said it that it might come in a two way, positively or negatively. What makes you feel Uti might not be playing two dramas? What makes you feel that right now, because in politics, the first thing that is interested in is his interest as an individual.
Yes.
Maybe the agency must have given him his interest on the table. And he now is looking at who can I sacrifice for my interest? Then how can I sacrifice and get my interest and still play a game to get the common interest? Alex is that kind of person.
Okay, now I'm coming to you, but I'm quite enjoying this. Now this is it. We know that Oti has been an ally of the president.
Bam.
We can't take that away. We also know that Oti in recent time has spoken and said, I believe in what the president is doing in his economic policies. He has been equivocal on it. He knows what he's hiding.
Yes.
So
now, basically, there's one thing about believing in what somebody does and following the person. I can believe in a man does not mean I should follow him. Now, he has said it, I believe in the presidency, in what the economic reforms are doing.
Yes.
In camera. Why? Because of his interest. He has an interest, and he has been fed with his interest. So what do you expect a man of that caliber? Now, let's use OT as an institution that covers the institution of governors. All governors are running to one house. Why? Because of their personal interest.
Which we heard that OT was going to come to APC sometime. It was a rumor.
He might not even need to go because he might be a drama king. We all play chess. We always have pawns. He might be the pawn for the big catcher. So they might tell you, don't move, just stay there.
I'm going to have another discussion with you based on this. But let me come to Philip, because it's like Philip is on holiday today. Yeah. Now, let me tell you what this guy said. He said, for the sake of clarity and to avoid further distortion of fact, the Labour Party wishes to reiterate the unequivocal verdict of the Apex Court as delivered on the 4th of April 2025. At page 47 of the judgment, while the party respects the right of Dr. Baba-Ahmed and other members to hold personal views, it is important to remember that the acceptance of the adherence to the finality of the judgment of the Supreme Court has never been and will never be a matter of choice, but compulsion. He's citing this Supreme Court's judgment as her basis for standing on what she's doing. Is it that she's misquoting it?
You see, he said it all. You see, the Supreme Court judgment is very clear, but it's subject to interpretation.
Yes.
You see, Aburi has interpreted it in the beginning when the judgment was given that they had victory today in Supreme Court. The Nanadi also said they had victory today in court. And we have said here that a senior member of the party has taken it upon himself to get the house together and follow follow what the judgment said. Judgment, in summary, said the party should go back and resolve their matter, that political party matters are not meant to be resolved
at
in
the court.
That is an eternal affair. So what does the court say that he said is standing by? The court said eternal affair. The eternal affair is what Baba-Ahmed is trying to do, to bring them together so that they can have a cohesion. But he said that he's going to, which compulsion he's talking about here. You see, it's all about interpretation. I think what he said, I was enjoying his analysis. It's a dance, a three-way dance, and we don't know which of the dance, whether it's positive or negative, and it could be either way. But all is geared towards one person. So in this case, we say one person, but I want to see it geared towards a Nigeria that will not work, because that person symbolizes a good governance, a Nigeria that will work for us. So if you be able to guard this person and cage him, you can keep Nigeria on her feet, so that Nigeria will remain perpetually, captured and conquered. But if this same person is able to break loose and the Nigerian people enthrone him, then you have set Nigeria free. So all this dance within the Labour Party, it geared towards making Nigeria poorer and impoverishing the Nigerian masses.
My guest has been, or my co-discussant has been these two gentlemen, but I'm bringing them back. We'll be right back on News Insight.